Welcome back, everybody, to the Bowtie Judge. This is episode 4. I'm really having a good time with this series because this guy is absolutely fascinating to watch. A lot of you guys in the comments told me to keep watching this guy, and you're going to end up liking him. And I'm going to tell you what, he's coming around. I'm actually really starting to like this guy. The reason is he doesn't take shit. That's number one. But number two, you could tell he really cares. So we're going to watch a live stream from the other day, pick apart a couple of cases that he had, and we're going to have fun with it. We'll start from there.
I have 3 people in the waiting room, and are you Reginald Gilmore? Mr. Gilmore, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On September 18, 2024,
Look at the guy in the background. He's like on deck at a baseball game.
The 17100 block of Katy Freeway here in Texas. The officer observed a gray 2015 Kia Optima traveling eastbound in the first lane, traveling approximately 84 miles per hour and a posted 65 mile per hour speed zone. The law enforcement officer activated the emergency lights to conduct a traffic stop. The officer approached the defendant's vehicle and detected an odor of marijuana coming from the vehicle and observed 3 male occupants with no seatbelts on. The operator of the vehicle, which was the defendant, did not have a driver's license upon demand and provided a name and date of birth as Reginald Gilmore. While gathering information, the rear right passenger continued to make movements in the back seat, raising suspicion and concern for the officer. The officer went back to his patrol car to ID the passenger, and when the rear passenger, let me read that again. He went to his patrol car to ID the passenger, and the rear passenger evaded on foot. For safety concerns, the other occupants were held at gunpoint until responsible arrived on scene.
There's a lot going on in the courtroom, and I'm surprised the judge isn't freaked out yet.
On the floorboard of the vehicle, searched the vehicle anyway and located a black and pink Kel-Tec calibers or .380 caliber semi-automatic handgun tucked between the front side of the driver's seat and center console. The firearm was not secured in a holster and had a magazine with rounds of ammunition.
Not
a search
good,
was
buddy.
conducted on the firearm and received no hits.
Okay. So did any of the other people get arrested? And do you have any cause numbers that we can try to look up?
Yes,
He's definitely probably like 19 years old, riding around strapped. Ammo in the clip. I mean, why would you drive around without ammo in the clip? That's besides the point. But the judge is looking calm today. He's not looking too worked up. He may be giving this kid a little break.
Looking for co-defendants.
Judge, there is a Marquise Davis that was arrested as well. One of the co-defendants ran away. I believe he successfully ran away.
Got it. So he was the only one that was.
2 left, Judge. So one of them ran away. The other 2 were held at gunpoint by the officer until they were successfully detained and arrested.
So what did they? Okay, so do we have them as well? That's what I was wanting to know. Did they go to other courts? Did they pick up felony cases? What happened?
So he's also charged with UCW, and he's in court 3 currently.
And what's the cause number on that one?
2529953.
He wants them all.
Okay, so we have the lower one. Okay.
What's the other one? Because he said there were
He wants them all
and
together.
the other one, the 2 in total.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Gilmore, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
17.
You are 17
17
years old. There's no reason for you at 17 to have a gun, let alone get into a car and drive without a license. And I'm making it a condition of your bond on both. I'm going to drug test you right now. What's going to show up?
Oh shit.
Say it again.
I'm going to go send you for a drug test.
What was I
What's
at?
going to show up?
What was I at? Ah, don't lie to him, dude. Just tell him. You know you were smoking blunts.
We're going to see. Who are you here with today? Where's your mom? Go get her.
Damn. I love his style. You guys are right, man. This judge is coming around. I like his style. He's not like a dick. I mean, he's very stern. He's very strict. But you could tell that he cares. And from what I heard in the comments, this is a small community in Texas. And he truly does care about people driving like an idiot. And I guess there's a lot of...
Come on up. Come on up.
I guess there's a lot of DUI deaths in this area, in this certain town. And that has impacted him. So he's trying to, he's trying to make a difference.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with what's happened in this case?
No, I've never been caught up with the law. So.
Okay. I'm gonna have them read to you what happened so that you know exactly what happened. Okay? Please.
On September 18, 2024, a law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop on Katy Freeway in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed a gray 2015 Kia Optima traveling eastbound in the first lane, traveling approximately 84 miles per hour in a posted 65 mile per hour speed zone. The law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop. Upon approach of the vehicle, an odor of marijuana was emitting from the vehicle, and the officer observed 3 male occupants in the back with no seatbelts placed. The operator of the vehicle was the defendant and did not provide the officer with the driver's license upon demand, but he provided his name and date of birth as Reginald Gilmore. While the officer was gathering information, a rear right passenger continued to make sudden movements in the back seat, raising suspicion and concern for the officer's safety. The law enforcement officer went back to his patrol car to identify the passenger when the rear passenger evaded on foot. For safety concerns, the other occupants were held at gunpoint until responding units arrived on the scene and were later detained without incident. The defendant refused to consent to a search of the vehicle. With probable cause, the officer searched the vehicle due to the odor of marijuana and the residue of marijuana on the floorboard of the vehicle, and located a black semi-automatic handgun tucked between the front side of the driver's seat and center console. The firearm was not secured in a holster and had a magazine with rounds of ammunition. A search was conducted on the firearm and received no hits.
I'm sending him for a drug test. I've asked him what he's going to test positive for. He's told me nothing. So I'm going to send him for a drug test because I want to know what, if anything, is in his system at this point. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Sir.
You're not allowed to drive. I don't care what you're doing in your life. You will be signing with me today an affidavit. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. If I find that you drive, I'm going to put you in jail.
He loves the affidavits.
And I can sentence you up to 6 months in jail by holding you in contempt. So I want you to know that I'm absolutely serious when I mean no driving. If you want to drive, go get a license, get liability insurance, and then we'll talk. But until that point, if I find that you drive, you'll be doing a lot of time in jail. What does he do with his life now? Are you sure? You work, right?
I stand behind him. Yes, I stand behind him 100%. I don't play about his education. I'm working on a doctor. That's just how serious I am about pushing him. My foot is on his neck daily.
Good.
He has a village. He has his father. He's active in his life. Children, he's never been in trouble. And I understand that they do dumb stuff and they make mistakes. But some things, it can cause you to be here. And I explain to him daily. So I say, hey, you did that, you see where we are. But hey, we have to learn. It's a lesson. But yes, I'm pushing.
Problem is that if you're hanging with dogs, what's going to happen?
Yeah, you catch fleas.
You're not allowed to hang out with any of these kids that you're with now. I'm also making that a condition of your bond. If I find that you're hanging out with these people, you talk to them, likewise, I'll put you in jail. And I'm going to make your bond extremely high. Do you understand me?
He's really just trying to help the kid
I'm
out.
setting you for a drug test. I'm going to have you come back. Would you like me to appoint your lawyer?
I can actually, I called the lawyer today. I didn't know he was gonna need one, so.
Yeah, he's facing a year in jail. So it's a very serious
Should we
charge.
just come back, have a reset and come back with our lawyer?
Sure. I was offering you a lawyer if you want one.
No,
You're going to go hire one?
Yeah, I'll hire
Okay.
one. Yes,
Sure.
I'll hire one. Now, the drug test, because like I said, I don't know what he does. So what's gonna happen?
So what we're going to do now is I'm going to send him for a drug test. I'm going to have him come right back, depending on what it shows. If it's something more serious than just marijuana, then we'll talk. But if it's just marijuana,
Can't do
I'm
anything.
going to have him come back in about 40 days to test again.
And make sure it's
Weed
not
stays in your system around a month, or give or take 30 days.
Right.
So you, as a condition of your bond, you're not allowed to smoke any weed whatsoever for any reason. No CBD, no gummies, nothing that has THC in it. And if I find that you do, likewise, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You're not in a good space now. You're not in a good place. What you do now will affect you for the next 40 years. 17, you think you rule the world, you own it? Please. This life is absolutely miserable if you have no money.
And he's right.
And you,
But it's
the
tough to
more
talk to
convictions
kids
you
like
get, your income
sometimes they
goes
don't
like
listen.
this. The
Most of the
more
time they don't
convictions you
listen.
get, your income goes like this. It's a adverse and it's a complete, there is a relationship with both. Every single person in there with convictions, you think they have any money? Hell no. That's why they're stuck like Chuck in there, and they'll perpetually be in there, in and out, in and out, in and out. You have it
he's
looks
sitting
like
right
you've got a
across
great
from him.
support system.
Definitely.
And look, the problem is you start veering off, and it's okay. We all make mistakes. That's why we're here to try to put you back on the straight and narrow,
Oh, look at his mom.
so that you don't veer too far off. Because when you do, at some point, we just can't put you back. And it's that then you get hit with the 25-year sentence. We have enough black and brown people in custody as it is now. We don't need more.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Do you think she wants to be here? Look, how much money do you think she's going to spend now on a lawyer? How much money do you think she's going to spend? Thousands of dollars. You think she's got money like that?
Even if I do, I don't have it.
I will give you a free lawyer, man. I'm telling you.
She doesn't need it.
I will give you a free lawyer today if you want it. You don't have to spend anything. I will pay for everything for you because I know it's hard and I don't want you to have to spend money. So I'll take care of it for you if you want. You just say the word. But at the same time, if he starts acting a fool,
He's not going to pay for the lawyer.
you got to stay with me.
He's going to
Because if I put him in jail because he starts acting up, you let him out. What's going to happen? He's going to
give
keep
him
at it.
a public defender, which
If we
is
have to
not
put you
as
in
good
jail,
as a real lawyer.
That's where you're going to stay. You understand? That's it. So let's do this. I'm going to send him for a drug test. Let's wait for the results. We'll come back. And at that point, we'll see where we are. But if you want, I can appoint your lawyer today. We've got great lawyers here. No one plays.
Okay.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
No,
For
she's
sure.
going to take it.
All right. We'll have you sign a reset and then I'm going to send you down here now. And then you got to come back.
So I think that's it for him. This is a live stream, so I think somebody else is going to come up now.
Age 13, Gonzalez, come on up. Ma'am, Mom.
All right, guys, there you have it. Listen, everybody's right. I do like this judge a lot. He cares about his community. He cares about colored people just getting that rap of being in and out of prison, the perpetual cycle of hanging out with dogs. You're going to get fleas. Don't drive around reckless. You know, you're 17 years old. You don't need to make those mistakes, especially driving around with a gun, with a loaded weapon, smoking weed. That you're asking for trouble, and you're gonna end up getting caught. And it's tough when you try to talk to kids like this because they don't want to hear it. They think that what they're doing is the right thing. Little do they know that, he sees this every day. So thank you everybody for watching. We will check in on the next one.